Okay, so it's last call to take your seat. We'll start the program in 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes. And if I could ask the table captains to please put your signs down or lay them down so all guests can see the stage, that would be appreciated. And lastly, a reminder, please silence your cell phones. Thank you. We'll start in just a couple of minutes.
So long, you and me been finding each other for so long, and the feeling that I feel for you is more than stronger. Take it from me, if you give a little more than you're asking for, your love will turn the key. I just wanna be your everything. Open up the heaven in your heart and let me be the things you are to me, and that's all on a string.
Hey, hey, ha. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry, what? Good morning, everybody. There it is. I want you to join my band right now. You got 2 hands? Let's hear them. Come on. There it is. Welcome. I wanted to say thank you, everybody, for coming here this early morning to Hearts for Hospice to help support this amazing cause. Ready for me? 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. 1, 2, ready, go. You're pros, we're ready to go on tour. Y'all sound amazing. Don't forget to smile though. Keep going for me. Keep going for me, okay? Bring it down just a little, bring it down just a little, yeah. Y'all keep going too. You're good. Good morning. My name is Steve Turner from Giving Tree Music, and I am blessed to be here. I have been lucky to partner with Hospice for almost 20 years now. What we do is we allow the drum and music to help people manage their emotions. You can tell a drum a secret. It'll keep it. You can put anything you want into a drum and it'll stay there. So what we do is we bring our drums to Camp Braveheart, sometimes up to 300 of them, and we get everybody to make music together. They put us on right after a very powerful ceremony where the children get to read a letter to their lost loved one. So there's lots of emotion and nowhere to put that. And because of folks like you, we have programs like this that allow the kids to deal with that. And it's a very powerful experience. We go from tears to a dancing conga line in about 10 minutes, and it's powerful. So I want to give you guys a little bit of sample of what that teamwork feels like. Will you join me again? Let me hear you. Come on. Nice. I got this bell right here, right? Watch this now. 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. I'll play it, you play it like this, say. Hold on. Hey, do me a favor. Take this drumstick right here. Hit that bell. Hold on a second. Let's try it to you. One more. Awesome. 1, 2, everybody go. You guys are amazing. Oop, there goes the water. All right. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. One time. Loud. Say one time. Hup. Let me hear you real loud. Hup. See, you don't need me. It's about us, right? Let me hear it for our Camp Braveheart drummers. Hope you're feeling brave. Hope you're feeling brave. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. I like to call it a drum circle round of applause. Let's hear it right now. Come on, let me hear it. Louder, come on, louder. Louder, let me hear you. Keep going real quiet right there. Don't stop. Hey, come here. Put your drum down. Stand here. Put your hands like that. Bring them up slow. Head down. It's up to you. You have the power. One more. One more time. Hold us quiet. I'm going to tell you how to stop us. Keep us right there. Now listen, when you want the drums and them to stop, you're going to jump really high. When you land, everybody hits their drum one time. How many times? How many times? Arms up, arms up. Yeah, jump. Round of applause for these guys right here. Thank you guys so much for being here this morning. It's because of folks like you that things like this get to happen. Enjoy the rest of your breakfast and have an awesome day. Thank you guys. Please put your drum down and head off stage. Thank you.
Wow. Was that an awesome experience or what? It's my honor to welcome you to the 3rd annual Hearts for Hospice, Planting Seeds of Hope. Like me, you may know someone who's been affected by Hurricane Helene. Would you please join me in prayer? Lord of all, we humbly come before you with heavy hearts for those affected by Hurricane Helene. We ask for your comfort and strength to surround them in this time of loss and uncertainty. We ask that you open hearts and resources, providing shelter, healing, and hope to those in need. May your love shine through the hands of helpers and the hearts of communities as they come together to rebuild. Grant peace to those who mourn and guide them through the challenges ahead. In your mercy we pray. Amen. I'm Alan Higgins. I grew up in the Atlanta area and have lived in Florida for about 38 years, and more than 20 of those years here in Lakeland. I retired from an executive role with a major corporation about 4 years ago. I now consult and help others through charitable organizations, and I enjoy writing and love to travel. I have 3 beautiful daughters and 6 wonderful grandkids. Thank you so much for joining us today. Your presence is a true testament to what hospice and this community means to you. Like some of you, I experienced a life-changing event. My wife, Paula, passed unexpectedly. There were no symptoms except for allergies or a cold coming on the night before. Yet in a 15-minute period on a Sunday morning, I went from enjoying my wife's company to trying to save her life. It was a tragic experience I'll never forget. The tears wouldn't stop as days and months went on. I was blessed with support from my daughters, my family, and Paula's family. Friends were abundant, caring, and more than kind. Yet for more than 2 years, grief just wouldn't let me go. It just seemed to consume me. I now believe that grief might be one of the most powerful forms of love there is. A journey through grief can also be the first step of letting go when it's time. In my case, letting go did not mean forgetting about a wonderful marriage, our awesome travel experiences together, the charitable endeavors we were involved in, nor did it mean I should dismiss Paula's kindness and generosity. It also didn't mean that our love for family, and my love for her, and my love for her family needed to stop. I'd like to read a short poem to you. It's about hope. And I wrote it on my first trip to Ireland, a place Paula had always wanted to visit, but we didn't get to go together. Again, it's about hope, and it's titled My Irish Blessing. May a gentle rain of love fall on your green pastures below. May the sun shine with brilliance so your fields of hope may grow. May billowing clouds of faith cover your trembling heart. May the soft breeze of all creation never keep you apart. Gentle rain of love and brilliant fields of hope, clouds of faith and breeze of creation, guide my being so all that I am is for your recreation. For me, letting go meant letting hope grow by becoming grateful for knowing such a remarkable person. Paula was gifted with great intelligence. She was a true friend. She loved helping others. She loved our dogs despite being allergic to them. And she managed to navigate the quirky little things that come with a relationship. I'm the quirky part. I realized my grief didn't have to last forever, but instead, it could make a way for hope and gratefulness. She passed away on September 19th, 2014. Each year, I purposely take a moment to honor Paula Miller Higgins. It's now been 10 years, and I'm so very grateful for the privilege of having been married to such an incredible human being. Paula taught me the greatest gift of all, love. And Good Shepherd Hospice was there for me all along the way, providing comfort and hope during one of the most trying times, the most difficult times, and I'm grateful for that. Before we move to our speakers, let me draw your attention to our generous sponsors. Please hold your applause until the end, and we'll thank them all at once. Inclara Pharmacia, Humana Incorporated, ACT Environmental, the Paula Miller Higgins Memorial Fund, Denise and Ed Crenshaw, Cindy and Pete Sterlick, Stephanie and Adam Stanfield, and Paula Kramer. Thank you so much for making today's program possible. And one last thanks to our wonderful table captains for inviting all of you here. Now, this part is very important, so please listen carefully. Our hospice families are going to share their most heartfelt stories with you. As eager as they are to share their stories and their journey, you can imagine they are a little nervous too. So let's give them our full attention and support and get ready to be inspired and encouraged. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Violet Argo. I'm a member of the leadership team at Good Shepherd Hospice. For 29 years, the bulk of my clinical career, I have had the immense privilege of caring for hospice patients. When I was in nursing school, a nurse came and spoke to my class about hospice care. It piqued my interest, so I later spent a day working at the local hospice house. When I saw the care given to patients, I was struck by how different it was from the routine, almost jaded care I had witnessed during my rotations in hospitals. These hospice nurses were warm, dedicated, and truly compassionate. They gave their patients personalized care. They knew them and validated them and their caregivers. This was exactly the kind of care I wanted to offer. The theme for this event is planting seeds of hope. Whether that visiting nurse knew she was sowing the seeds of my future career and the career of those I have been privileged to support, I cannot say. But over the years, our work has yielded a harvest of hope for the families we've had the privilege to touch. I think of Mr. Jackson, a 55-year-old patient who suffered from colon cancer. Mr. Jackson never completed his college degree, a goal he worked towards for over 20 years. When he was a young man, his father died, and he immediately had to step up as the man of the house for his mother and younger siblings. He started college later in life, determined to hold on to hope even as life did its best to detour his progress. Fixated upon graduation no matter the odds. He took his classes one at a time, growing ever closer to completion, and then the unthinkable happened. After his terminal diagnosis, his dream of a degree was just one more loss in his life. When our social worker visited with Mr. Jackson, he shared his deep regret of never having completed his degree. After asking a few more questions, our savvy social workers, they seem able to work magic sometimes. She requested his permission to call the college on his behalf. She shared Mr. Jackson's story with the college staff and asked if it was possible for him to be awarded an honorary degree. Well, that was not possible. However, they promised to investigate a little bit further. Our social worker reminded them we were working on a very short time frame for this gentleman. Remarkably, just 2 days later, the college called. The college investigation revealed that Mr. Jackson had accumulated enough credits for a general associate's degree. When the university representative visited Mr. Jackson at the hospice house to present him with his college degree, his entire family was there. Our staff joined the celebration and cheered this man's acceptance of his long sought after accomplishment. When Mr. Jackson passed just a few days later, he was holding on to his degree, which had been lovingly framed. These are the moments that make me proud to work here at Good Shepherd Hospice, to cherish the privilege to care for others in this way. I know that each and every one of my colleagues feel the same way. 357 employees carry out this noble work daily. Each day they leave their homes and put aside their own needs and worries to support patients like Mr. Jackson. Our patients and their families truly give us purpose and hope each day. In 2023, we provided over $980,000 in hospice care unreimbursed by insurance. That care comes from you, our community. Many of our patients are in desperate situations and unhealthy living conditions. Our ability to provide the safety and comfort to local hospice houses is due to the generosity of you, our community, and our local supporters. Every bit helps support families suddenly reduced to one salary due to a spouse's illness. They struggle to make ends meet and make tough decisions about medical expenses, buying groceries, or paying their electrical bill. We can respond because you stand with us. Our unreimbursed compassion care translates to about $81,000 per month, over $2,600 per day. That's nearly $1 million a year. In addition to this unreimbursed care, we ensure that our most vulnerable patients and families have small but profound comforts, such as an electric shaver for shaky hands, a bag of food for an empty refrigerator, or transportation to visit their loved ones. Such gestures might seem small to us, but they're huge to those faced with an end-of-life diagnosis for themselves or their loved ones. We are also here for anyone who may need grief support, no matter the loss, whether hospice-related or not. We help them realize that tears are okay, and these feelings of loss and love are normal. We help them find the courage to move on. Many of our patients' loved ones are not prepared for the overwhelming feeling of loss, which follow the days and weeks and months after. Our grief counselors are here reaching out to those who feel like their world is falling apart. Many adults and children receive counseling for sudden tragedies, such as suicide or traumatic accidents. For any loss, whether from a terminal illness or tragedy, we bring hope and healing to those left behind, always free of charge, thanks to the support, again, of you and others in our community. At the cost of more than $350,000 a year, our ability to provide this healing, grief support for families could not continue without your support. Between highly personalized and empathetic care for those facing end of life with no ability to pay, costing $980,000, and grief support services costing $350,000. That's a combined cost of $1.3 million. And while these services are provided to those in need at no cost to them, they're not free to Good Shepherd Hospice. As healthcare becomes more challenging through regulatory changes, we are tasked to do more with less resources. It fills my heart with hope that you stand with us in these challenging times. We could not do our work without your help. I've heard many people say that they couldn't work for hospice. They said it would be too hard, that they would feel so sad watching the struggles of others. Yet each time you say yes to supporting Good Shepherd Hospice, you are indeed serving these people. Those who desperately need your help, you are the reason we can say yes to all who need us. When the weight of our work feels heavy, as it sometimes does, I look into the eyes of our patients and find boundless love. Love for their families and our generous community. Together, we plant seeds of hope in hurting souls, and for this, you have my utmost gratitude. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your dad?
My dad had this heart condition when he was little, and then on his way to work one morning, I think it just took him over.
I've lost my grandma, my great-grandma Reeves, my great-grandma Hank, my pop-pop, and recently I lost my Aunt Debbie.
I'll never forget him starting to cough, and someone from hospice said, "Mr. Higgins, would you like a glass of water?" And he took that glass of water and just said, "I just love the Lord." Hospice was there.
And my grandma, she's probably still the hardest loss I've taken, because she was probably my best friend. Still, she would have been my best friend. And it was just hard in the hospital, because she had been in the hospital for quite a bit of time in nursing homes and stuff. And she was just overall my best friend.
I held his hand as his fingernails turned blue, crying, talking to him. As a young man, I hadn't told my dad I loved him in many years. And I said, "Dad, I love you." Hospice was there.
My name is Brennan Mueller, and I play baseball, and I go to school at McKeel Academy of Technology.
My name's Aubrey, and I have 2 bunnies at home, and I play soccer and basketball.
What was your favorite activity at Camp Braveheart?
Probably horseback riding, because I get to be with animals, and I love animals more than anything, because I just get to talk to them, and they'll love you no matter what happens. I have this little bear that I call my grandma bear. Every time I'm crying, I'll go and I'll hold it, and it'll just make me feel better.
While I was out watering the plants, I heard the dogs barking. Opened the door and heard a strange sound, and walked in and found her on the floor. They whisked her off to the hospital, but when I arrived at the hospital behind the ambulance, I discovered that she had had a brain aneurysm. On the second day after admission into the hospital, I pretty much knew my wife might pass soon, just based on what nurses and doctors were telling me. They didn't say it outright, but the signs were there. She passed at Tampa General Hospital a couple of days later.
Like, be able to see that I'm not the only one who has lost somebody, that like a parent, grandparent, friend, sibling.
They've helped me by talking with me and just letting me know that they're there for me too.
Hospice has given me hope in so many ways. A conversation with my wife, a conversation regarding my mom, and someone standing there with me as a young man, 22 years old, as my dad died of cancer.
What would you tell your dad if he was sitting here next to you?
Probably just like, thank you for the memories and I love you.
If an angel gives you hope, hospice is there. They are angels.
I am often asked what lesson I have learned from losing my dad, and it is this. Tell your family you love them because you don't know how much time you'll have with them. Hi, my name is Brennan. You saw my story in the video and how losing my dad broke my heart. I recently learned how to cook chicken parmesan, not because at 12 years old I love to cook, but because this special recipe was my dad's favorite. Making this dish is a way to keep him with me and to keep his memory around the dinner table, and to talk about how much we love and miss him. Another way I keep him dedicated with me is dedicating all of my baseball games to him. He played baseball in college and taught me how to catch, hit, and be a good sportsman. I remember my first game after he died. He was not there to cheer me on. I was physically at the game, but my mind was far away. I wear this every time I play to remember him and the things he taught me and to make him proud. My baseball coach is like a father figure to me now. He's someone who I can look up to, who I can talk to about the things on my mind, and help me not feel so alone. I also have the Bethany Center to help me. Being a part of Camp Braveheart was really great, and it helped me understand that I'm not the only 7th grader without a dad. I don't have to put on a brave face and smile through my pain. They helped me break down the stigma that boys don't cry. They taught me the tears are just love with the water added. Talking to other boys my age, I found out I'm not the only one who feels angry, sad, and guilty. At camp, I wrote a letter to my dad telling him how much I miss him and how school and baseball games are going. The counselors told me things that are helping me be stronger for my 3 younger sisters. I feel like I am now not only able to help them with their homework, but also when they are sad. The story of losing my dad will never have a neat ending, even if people say everything happens for a reason. In the years ahead, living without my dad, I don't have a season. It's a weight I will carry for a lifetime. But thanks to people like you and your care, the burden is getting lighter, and I am able to carry it with more strength and resilience. I think my dad would be proud of me. When you go home tonight, don't forget to tell your family you love them, and tell them often. You never know how much hearing those words means until they can no longer be spoken. Thank you.
It's remarkable how people come into your life and give you hope when bad things happen. The journey may still be difficult, but with caring support, you can rest assured you will find relief. Good morning, I'm Stephanie Hoskins. I grew up here in Polk County. I'm a local business owner and a passionate supporter of Good Shepherd Hospice. Thank you for the opportunity to share my story with you today. Hospice has cared for two of the women closest to my heart. My grandma and my mom. My grandma experienced a stroke when I was 8 years old, and my mom became her caregiver. A few years later, my grandma needed heart surgery, and I also began providing support for her. Many young women might see this as a burden, but for me, this time was special, a gift. In providing care, I experienced the blessing of getting to know my grandma better. 20 years later, long after she recovered from her stroke and heart surgery, my grandma fell while out grocery shopping one day, hitting her head. We were referred to hospice. I was a young working mom, and my first child was not even a year old. I was balancing time between my grandma's health, the demands of my career, and my own family. At the Forsyth Hospice House in Auburndale, their visiting hours were flexible, and our whole family was able to visit at the same time, something other care environments discouraged. I found the surroundings beautiful and comforting. The hospice nurses knew my grandma and checked on me and my family members often. They took the time to develop a relationship with each patient, and their calming presence was a godsend. The staff educated me on end-of-life care, helping me to accept the eventual heartbreaking loss as best I could. I witnessed the nurses' selfless giving of themselves day after day. When my mom was later diagnosed with brain cancer at 60 years old, we attacked the diagnosis with a vengeance. Over the next 7 months, she endured 3 brain surgeries, radiation, and a clinical trial. I had to watch my amazing mom change from a healthy, vibrant woman to somehow getting lost in the hallway of our home, my home, where she and her dog, Poncho, he was 2 pounds and a pain, but had moved in so that I could take care of her. After she fell, much like her mom had years before, I pursued medical care with the same fervor, but it became clear that hospice would be needed. The grief of losing my mom was overwhelming. But knowing the resources hospice care would provide was such a comfort in those terribly difficult moments. Knowing we were in the right hands with Good Shepherd Hospice removed the turmoil of uncertainty. It still hurt, clearly, it still hurts. But at least I knew we would be cared for and guided with love. My mom had done this for my grandma, and now I could ensure she too would have the comfort of hospice in her final days and hours, and she did. Last year, I was invited to visit the Auburndale location. I honestly didn't know if I could do it. So many memories and so much loss. But walking through those doors, I felt no angst, only a deep sense of comfort I had formerly experienced with my grandma and mom. I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the love and care we received. And I'm grateful Good Shepherd Hospice will be here for you and your own loved ones in your time of need. Thank you.
Is this for me, Paula? Is that Brennan? Is this yours? All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you to Alan, Brennan, and Stephanie for bravely sharing their stories today. You represent the thousands touched by Good Shepherd Hospice each year. Hello, my name is Mark Kalman. I'm pleased to be here to share a bit of my hospice journey with you. Through the years, my life has been blessed with wonderful milestones and achievements, but like so many others, I have not been spared from suffering. The Good Shepherd Hospice family has walked beside me through several significant losses. My family experienced a great trial when my first wife, Chris, was diagnosed with cancer in 1997. Chris fought bravely, but eventually lost her life in 2004. During her illness, the hospice team empowered us to care for Chris with dignity as we grappled with the difficult end-of-life decisions. I honestly believe I would not be able to stand before you today if it was not for Good Shepherd Hospice. Being supported during this tumultuous time helped my 2 children and our family navigate this tragic loss. Adam was just 12 years old at the time, and Heather was 15. They both attended the Camp Braveheart, and they also received counseling from the Bethany Center. And if that wasn't heartbreaking enough, 10 years later, in 2014, both my parents passed away, and Good Shepherd Hospice was there once again. I also lost my sister, Lisa, in 2020, and again, under hospice care. I'm a very blessed man, and now I'm happily married to my wife, Anna, for more than 12 years. Unfortunately, Anna endured the passing of her own father in 2022, and again, thank God for hospice support. So Good Shepherd Hospice has been there with us through these losses. Who are these angels? So kind and caring, so competent and professional, performing remarkable acts of love while not asking for anything in return. Where do their resources come from, enabling them to care for each person in need? I believe I see part of that answer as I look in the mirror each morning and as I look across the room right now. Today we speak of planting seeds of hope. For me, my faith and the profound kindness I've received from the organization continues to inspire me, and it's why I stand in support of Good Shepherd Hospice. I invite you to join me in this meaningful cause. Just like all who shared their heartfelt stories earlier when faced with the loss of a loved one, it's reassuring to having the caring hospice people standing by your side. Good Shepherd Hospice provides care to over 737 patients every single day. Additionally, each year, more than 425 grieving hearts turn to our bereavement services as they heal following the loss of a cherished family member. To ensure that Good Shepherd Hospice continues to guide each patient and family for years to come, we ask for your partnership. We understand some of you may be experiencing circumstances which may inhibit your confidence to give financially, but please know that even in these trying times, the smallest contribution can make a significant impact in the lives of those in need. Ladies and gentlemen, at Good Shepherd, our most pressing need is financial support for our day-to-day operations, which ensures we can continue to provide care in the most compassionate and effective manner possible. I urge you to consider becoming a Good Shepherd Hospice sustainer. Sustainers make a long-term commitment to our mission by pledging their support for 5 years, enabling Good Shepherd to offer vital assistance to our community year after year. Sustainers are instrumental in helping patients and giving hearts share their stories in their own words. For example, consider the impact of cancer that robs a family member of their livelihood, leaving them with nowhere else to turn, or the solace found in grief therapy sessions for those who have lost loved ones. Think of the hope kindled in the lives of children that have lost a parent, in the restorative help that the remarkable Bethany Center provides these precious little ones. Your unwavering commitment supports all these efforts and more. Now I'm thrilled to share some incredibly exciting news with all of you this morning. A group of wonderful friends of Good Shepherd Hospice has come together with a generous offer. They will match dollar for dollar the first year of every new sustainer pledge made today, up to a total of, it was $12,000 last week, but I've been told it's $20,000 now will be matched for the first year. It's an amazing opportunity for an immediate impact to double your commitment. So let's take a moment again to express our heartfelt gratitude for those generous sponsors and the challenge gift leaders. Please hold your applause to the end. for Enclara Pharmacia, Humana Incorporated, ACT Environmental, Denise and Ed Crenshaw, Paula Higgins Memorial Fund, Stephanie and Adam Stanfield, Cindy and Pete Sternlicht, and Paula Creamer. Let's give them a round of applause for the extraordinary generosity. So if you choose to join us as a new sustainer today, your first year contribution will be doubled this morning. For our current sustainers, we kindly encourage you to consider extending or increasing your pledge, or make an additional one-time gift. Any extensions or increases you make will also be matched dollar for dollar up to $20,000, thanks to the kindness of our matching supporters. Now, I kindly ask the table captains to distribute the pledge cards. Right on time. All right, as we move forward, let me guide you through the pledge card process. All right, so let's go step by step. All right, at the top of the form, you'll find the sustainer circle, where your contributions will address our most critical and pressing needs. The first option is the benefactor level, which involves a commitment of $1,000 a year for 5 years. That's just $83 a month. With a $1,000 pledge, you can provide essential grief counseling at no cost to 5 families in needs, such as Aubrey, whose story you saw in the video. If you can support at this level, please mark the first box on the form. And next we have the supporter level. This level is a pledge of $2,500 each year for 5 years. This level will provide 16 days of care for a pediatric patient. If you want to give at this level, check the second box. And moving on is the advocate level. It's a pledge of $5,000 per year for 5 years. This contribution helps cover the cost of 10 patient days in our hospice house for those without financial resources. Kindly indicate your interest in supporting at the advocate level by checking the third box. For those in a position to contribute more, we invite you to consider a gift of $10,000 annually for 5 years. This level of support is known as the champion level. This amazing gift can help support 66 patient days for anyone without the resources to pay for the hospice care they need. If you can contribute at this level, please mark the fourth box on the form. It's important to note the first year of all new sustainer gifts will be matched dollar for dollar up to $20,000. And for our current members of the Sustainer Circle, there's a dedicated section on the pledge form where you can consider increasing the amount of your existing pledge or extending its duration by a year or more. Additionally, you have the option to make an extra one-time gift or pledge payment. If you have just become a sustainer, or if you've extended or increased your current sustainer pledge, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you. And we understand and respect that some of you may wish to contribute at a different level. The next line on the pledge card is designed just for you. Please tell us how much you would like to give and for how long. Every gift, regardless of the amount, plays a crucial role in supporting our cause and makes a difference in someone's story. I'll give you a few minutes and let you complete your pledge form. Am I allowed to play this? So I know many of you are still writing, but I want you to hear this. No matter what gift you decide to give today, your generosity has a direct and profound impact on the lives of spouses, children, mothers, fathers, siblings, and all those navigating the most challenging moments they may ever face. So go ahead and finish filling out your pledge form. Once you're done, please seal your form in the privacy of your envelope and pass it back to your table captain. All right, again, I extend my deepest gratitude to each one of you for your participation, kindness, and generosity. Your support means the world to us. You are helping us plant seeds of hope, and we are profoundly grateful for your unwavering compassion. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. I'll now turn it back over to Alan to close us out.
Thank you so much, Mark, and thank you to our performers and all of our incredible speakers. It's said that a glimmer of hope lives in every moment, and we must diligently capture as many of those moments of hope as possible. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. I wish you a beautiful day. Drive safely. And it's up to us to make the day great, right? Thank you so much, everyone.